Okay, so everything got annealed. Everything is right now already cold and ready for setting up the press. What we need to do is deprime, take the primer out, and at the same time we're going to resize. It's have the nice ring for the annealing. I know a lot of you are going to think because of the line that it's like over anneal, but absolutely not. This is actually perfect. And I'm going to show you, like, after we shoot it, the bullet will not break actually. Now, in order to do that, you need to have the dies. No matter what dies I'm using, all the dies are the same thing. Some dies have different way that they work. The most important thing is whenever you're done using your die, you really want to clean it. Brake cleaner, something like this work pretty good. A couple other things, so always clean it. So, and I will explain what you have to clean it. You have to bring your press all the way to the top. And then you're gonna start squeezing this thing in. Let's go to here so you can see. Pay attention to the lever over there, to the ball. We're gonna keep turning it until I see it moving. See that it's moving, and I can move it from here. So I want to move it and just feel that it's touching, and then I know that I'm not gonna be over stressing it. Then I'm gonna come back here and I hold it and I'm gonna tie this. And now I know that this is the right amount. And the other way to see is that there is no light going over there. That is completely tight. Now, this setup to the priming. Here, you're gonna catch all the primers. Okay, now, you cannot just go and prime it. Now, one of the things that you need to do, you have to put lubrication. So I tried different lubes, different brand, and I think this one working pretty good for me. You can try whatever you want. Some people actually using car oil, working for them as well. You can put whatever that is lubricate and lubricate good, whatever worked for you. Okay, I'm just doing whatever worked for me, and I already got those, so I don't care. It's working. Now, the priming. First of all, guys, you have to lube it. Girls also, if you girls do that, you have to lube. You have to put lube, and it's super important to have lube over there. You have to have some inside. This is a little bit too much, but I can clean it. Okay, you see how it's lubed right now. And then what you're gonna do, you're gonna put it right there. Okay, where is my towel? Over here. And then listen to this. That's it. Primer is gone, and then the size have changed. Now I'm gonna show you guys something really cool. We measured earlier. Hopefully you guys was paying attention to the size. If not, you can go again and measure it, and you can see actually that the inside kind of cleaned a little bit. It's mean that it's got pushed also from the inside. It's clean on the back. Now, sorry, after you do that, there's this little tool. You have to go and clean out your primer. It needs to be pretty clean. You cannot really polish it that much, but it needs to be really clean. Usually after I'm done doing this and trimming, I will dump it into the tumbler to just do a final cleaning on it, but it's not really necessary with my experience. Now, let's measure caliper. Caliper is here. Let's turn it back on. Let's measure the top right now. So it's 334, and then here it's changing a little bit. Let's see. I know it's a small dent over there. It's 0.489. Let's check how much it's going to be with the one that did not get touched, and it's going to be 493, so it's a little bit bigger. And then the neck is 340, and right now when we change it, it changed to 334. Okay, so this is some changes that you get when you do that. Let's do one more, just so if you miss anything on the first one. For first of all, lube it. The lube material is really cheap, so don't be cheap on it. If you're gonna have hydrolock on those vices, it's a complete nightmare to try to actually remove the The bullet, you have to flip it, drill it, make a thread on it. It's like, it's crazy. Let's do this. And bring it back out. Now, one more thing to actually see when you do that. See, I clean it up. It's actually look beautiful. It's clean. But one thing that you have to make sure is to look here, all around the neck, to see that there is no cracks. If there is any cracks, this is garbage. Just step on it, smash it, so nobody gonna even take it by mistake and try to use it. And again, after you did that, you're gonna grab your tool and clean it. Now, by the way, the line over here, it's not dirty. This is a Sharpie that I marked earlier. It was green and it changed to black because of the polishing. This is just so I know what series and how many times I used it. It's a method for me to calculate. Okay, so this is the part of resizing. So we took the brass, we deprime it, we remove the primer, so there's no longer primer in it. We change the size of the neck, and now it's ready to get a new primer and actually to get the powder and the bullet. But before you do that, there is one more thing that you need to do. Let's jump and do that right now before I'm gonna finish all those, because it's super important. So before you prime it, okay, and it's very important to do that before you prime it, you need to actually size your bullet. Every bullet have a certain size that when you go and you're gonna look at the book, you're gonna open your book and you're gonna see over here 300 Win Mag, and 300 Win Mag need to be 2.620. Now, it means the length over here going to be 2 inches, 0.620. The problem is that they never have the right sizing on them. So let's measure right now and see what it's giving us. Right now, it's actually showing that it's still 6.20, and it means, so it's when it came from the factory, it was shorter because they always expand a little bit. Let's check the other one. I really need it to be longer because I need to trim it for you guys. Okay, this one is a little bit tiny bit longer. Let's see, you have to turn it a couple times. Yeah, there it is. I'm getting a little bit longer. Let's see, just to be sure. Yeah, it's about 1000. So two options. First option was this primitive thing from a Wild West era that you put the bullet in. You're gonna tight this, and then what you're gonna do, you're gonna bring this forward and you're gonna turn and you're gonna trim. Okay, this is okay way if you do one bullet, but come on, we're in a modern world. We're not gonna use anything like that. We have one of those. So what this machine does, you set it up for the material that you want to remove. You turn the motor, you have dies that go here, and you just take it like a pencil sharpener, and listen to this. And now, look at this miracle. It did it in a second, and now my bullet is actually nice and trimmed. Actually the case, again, not a bullet, a case. And it's set up. Now, let's check the size. Come on. Yeah, 19.5. It's 19.5. So it's actually very good. I'm happy with it. Now, it's